Good afternoon, everyone. It's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, and I am so thrilled to have you, your guides and my guides, along with us today. Okay, I had a beautiful day off yesterday, spent some amazing time with my mentor and close friend Rudi, and just getting back in the flow. We're all feeling, she mentioned that quite a few people have been feeling odd energies at the moment, just feeling completely worn out, tired and disruptive. So rest assured you're not alone, we're all feeling like that. I'm over on the dining table today because my usual little corner near the bookcases there is in full blast of sun, so wouldn't be able to see the cards at all, which is no good. So what I'm going to have a look at today, I was wondering what to read on. There's a lot happening in the world, but it feels like things are happening under the surface, and then will suddenly erupt, just like they did with the top secret documents, how they did with Letitia James in New York, how they did with the Queen passing, etc. Things will just suddenly erupt. But what I'll do, I'll have a look at a few little snippets, and then we might just pull some energies cards for the remainder of the afternoon. So what I want to have a look at first, a lot of these questions that I've got down here are pendant yes-no questions. We've got puppy dog coming down the hallway there. And one of them is, in case you haven't heard, Rudi Giuliani, not Judy Giuliani. Rudi Giuliani is being called out as being in contempt of court. In other words, he didn't show. Apparently he owes his ex-wife $225,000 plus legal fees from their divorce in 2019. And apparently he has until early October to pay those. Pay that amount, which he doesn't have, or he will be going to jail. So I'm just going to ask a very simple yes or no. He claims, as usual, he has proof that he doesn't owe that money, but he has supplied no proof, so I'm suspecting it's probably in the same safe as the stolen election proof. Entertainment only. Okay, so we'll just calm down. And I do apologise if the energies are a little bit flat today. It's just world energies at the moment, so rest assured we're all in the same boat. Okay, I hope you can see that clearly. May I ask a question, please? Over Rudi Giuliani's divorce, is he going to pay? Well, that's a side-to-side no. Is he going to end up in jail? Is Rudi Giuliani going to end up in jail in regards to not paying from his divorce? Is Rudi Giuliani going to end up in jail? And that's a yes. So he's got until early October. Well, may I ask a question? Yes, they knew I was going to ask another question. Will he be in jail for long? That's a no. Is it because of his health? And that's a yes. So that covers it pretty muchly. It was just one of those questions I just wanted answered. Before I go any further, really heart goes out, thoughts go out to the people of Cuba and Florida in regards to Hurricane Ian. Those of Vietnam that are in the path of the Typhoon Nauru. Those in Iran, I think the death toll is currently up to about 76 from the protests. It's such a painful process, and it's such an unnecessary painful. Have a quick look. I'm going to have a quick look at the Nordstream pipeline. I might pull some cards on that the Nordstream pipeline. So there's two pipelines going from Russia. Now, Russia did close off those particular pipelines, but what has happened is that the authorities in Denmark and Sweden have advised that they have heard or there has been registered an explosion, and there is leakage from both of Nordstream 1 and 2 pipelines that supply gas from Russia to Northern Europe, Germany, etc. So passing near Denmark and Sweden, from what I understand. Denmark has made around the pipeline or where the gas is leaking as a no-fly zone. So I'm just going to have a look. Tell me about this Nord Stream. Okay, thank you. Question first. I'll just pop this up where it can be seen easily. Okay. A little bit shorter, thank you. He's a bit particular, just like I am. Okay. Ask a question, please. Ask a question. Was the gas leak on the Nordstream pipelines sabotage? Sabotage? Well, that's a very definite no. Were the explosions on the pipeline, Nord Stream pipeline, deliberate? Okay. Going back to a little circle. He's telling me I'm asking the wrong question. It's a definite, but I'm getting a definite no. It's not sabotage. Okay. Is it because... Right, let's have a quick look. Right. Ask a question, please. Ask a question. Ask a question. Thank you. Were the explosions due to a build-up of gas pressure? Were they a fault caused by a build-up of gas pressure? Oh, I'm getting another no. Okay. Well, let's have a look, because if it wasn't deliberate sabotage by anybody, not saying by anyone in particular, and they also weren't caused by a build-up of gas pressure, let's have a look at these Nord Stream, see if they're going to give me any answers. Well, the Five of Swords was watching that noisy crash. I do apologise. This is the card that flew out and popped up, the Five of Swords, which is it's about lies and deceit. So there's something going on here that we don't know. Lies, deceit, betrayal, winning at any cost, sneaking in and stealing, and then setting fire to the armoury. Okay, so let's see where this goes. If it wasn't sabotage and it wasn't an accident, what was it? Okay, I'm not getting a clear on that, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. The Nord Stream gas pipeline, what's going on there? What's going on there? What's going on there? Thank you. Let's have a look. The Magician, okay. So manifesting something. Okay. Manipulation. Thank you. I had a lovely day yesterday. Meister and Narin were chatting away through Judy. It was quite fabulous. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. So there is work going on behind the scenes. Okay. Trying to fix it. Okay, thank you, Meister. But it is there is manipulation happening. Okay, thank you. Let's keep going. 3, betrayal. Past, Ten of Swords, complete and utter downfall. Now this is Russia. And this is the turning off of the pipeline, which is quite catastrophe for Russia. Also a new beginning, a culmination of a cycle. Also have the Ten of Wands, planting these powerful new seeds into the earth. This is about renewal. Okay, so this is the destruction of the old method. This is the renewal, the coming together for the new. Harsh truth going to come forward in the immediate future, so we are going to find out why it's leaking. Oh, these are not particularly good cards in regards to this Nordstream. Death. Doesn't normally mean death, it just means a real end, like a completely end of a cycle and the birth of something new, or authentic reform. Okay, so authentic reform is going to occur externally, internally. 3 tens. These are all end of cycle, plus the death card, all end of cycle cards. So this is a coming together of communities and celebration internally. So externally it's the end of something, end, lots of ends. Hopes and fears, the King of Swords. So this is investigation, intellect, wisdom, but bringing forward a very powerful masculinity in regards to this, to an investigation. Okay, thank you. It's right next to the harsh truth coming forward very quickly. Loss, disappointment. It is this indolent, half rotted, decomposed character, indolently tipping over these cups with no regard to life or limb, and no regard to the fact that there are 3 cups still standing full of people, and you get the feeling that they're going to just flick them over as well. Russia. Okay, the Russian. The Tower moment. Things are going to be paused. Is that paused? And then we've got circles of support. Right, so where's this leading? King of Cups. So we've got another king. Diplomacy, calm, emotionally calm. Here's the last 10. So we've got all 4 tens on the play at the moment, which are ends of cycles. Slow, steady movement forward, a crossroads, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So we've got the Knight, King, and Queen, all of Swords, coming together, and then building this solid foundation. So, not getting why it's happened, but it is very much part of this ending of a reliance. There's no going back with this. With the gas, this is what it's telling me. There's no going back. There's no reopening of this Nordstream gas supplies, and it is about a culmination, but also then bringing forward a lot of the swords there with the wisdom and the truth and the intellect and the science, and I'm drawn to the 10 of Wands, where he was seeding into the ground the balls of light. Which is about unity. So what I'm getting is there's a lot, it's a period of really dramatic change. Okay, I'll just ask. Okay. Let that stop. Okay, may I ask a question, please? May I ask a question? Thank you. Does this signal the end of the Nord Stream gas pipelines? And that's a very strong yes. Was it ruptured during, may I ask a question, thank you, was it ruptured during maintenance work? Okay, yes. May I ask a question? Is it a deliberate letting off of the gases? Is it a deliberate letting off of the gases? Okay, may I ask a question? Thank you. Is it to release pressure? That's another yes. So they're all yes so far. May I ask a question, please? Ask a question. Thank you. Is this being done by Russia? Is this being done by Russia? And I'm really starting to vibrate now. And it's another yes. With a vibration, yeah, I have to work out what that vibration means. So yeah, what I'm getting is that during routine maintenance, they've opened valves to release gas to relieve pressure, but it is also the ending of the Nordstream gas pipeline. Okay, I want to have a look at the outcome from, I'll use the runic tarot again. So the referendums, which we talked about earlier this week and last week, which I read on, in eastern Ukraine, apparently people in Russia and Crimea were also allowed to vote on it. Though anyone who claims that they were a refugee from those areas, there was no independent observing of this system. Russia claims that 99.23 BS, allegedly entertainment only, people voted in favour of the area being annexed to Russia. However, this has not been recognised basically by every other country in the world, and including China, who have said so in a veiled manner. So tell me what's going. Okay, so the voting officials that officiated over this sham election. Now, no idea how they managed to enter all these areas of all these that's in a great war conflict zone, get votes and get them collated within a period of less than 4 days. It's just not possible. But those that were officiating over this vote have now been sanctioned by the UK, and I assume will be followed very quickly by all the other countries that are sanctioning. So the officials at that level are now finding themselves in hot water. Okay, what fell out at me? I'm just wondering what's going to happen here. We have the High Priestess, so there is a hidden agenda. There are things that are not being revealed, but we know that. We're not blind to what's going on. There is going to be an emotional overwhelming in regards to this, an emotional outpouring. And then we have the Justice card, which is about actions and consequences, but also about bringing justice. So I'll just have a quick look in regards to this. Will these elections be ratified, I think is the word? Will they be ratified? Will they be ratified? The people that live there, they don't want, they don't, is what I'm getting. Are they going to be ratified? Page of Pentacles, first of all, it's the youth and it's also the female that are going to come forward and defend these regions. But we've also got a message about money that is perhaps passed hands in regards to this. This is about grabbing something and stealing it away, and that's what Russia have done. The Magician, manipulation, and the Two of Cups, and the Page of Wands, which is again my beautiful Ukraine card with those sunflowers. So it is about the allies of Ukraine are going to come together with a plan in regards to this. They are working on a plan in regards to this. A lot of anxiety, which is not unexpected, but then we have the Death card again, which is this authentic reform, but it's also the end of a cycle and the beginning of something new. On the base we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is about the changing of fortunes, moving into balance and moderation, emotional calm. We actually have two queens. So we've got the women and the youth who are going to basically toss this out. But we've got the emotional calm, but we've also got the inspirational figure here as well. The world coming together, there's your other queen. So that's three of the four queens. And these queens are all about protection, logic, inspiration, calm, mature, emotionally stable energies. And here's the world sitting in the middle there. So not getting super clear picture on that, but I think it's, as I read last week, and I read last week extensively on it, I just think it's going to turn out to be a nothing. I can hope. Okay, I'll just ask Pendulum. Okay, thank you. Ask a question, please. Ask a question. Thank you. Is this referendum in the eastern states, are they honestly going to be annexed to Russia, like Crimea and Belarus? Are they honestly going to be annexed to Russia, like Crimea and Belarus? And that's a side-to-side no. Okay, may I ask a question, please? Ask a question. Is it just an excuse for the Kremlin to up its military? Is this sham election just an excuse for the Kremlin to up its military? And that's a yes. Okay, may I ask a question, please? May I ask a question? May I ask a question? Is it going to worsen the conflict in Ukraine? Is it going to worsen the conflict in Ukraine? And I'm actually getting a no. I don't know that it could get worse. So yeah, I'm not feeling or anything of that. Excuse that made me look like a bit of a muppet there. I'm not getting a really from it. Okay, so what I want to finish with today, they were just a couple of things I wanted to look in on. If you've got any questions, please put them in below. I'm just going to pull some cards for the energies for today from my Nature's Whispers beautiful deck of cards. My Nature's Whispers deck, and see where they lead us. I had the most fabulous afternoon with Judy, my original tarot teacher and just spiritual mentor, and now just a very close friend. And she, of course, she read for me. And a bit of it was, well, where to now? I have this channel, I do my readings. What is next for me? And for those that I have been in contact with by email, what you'll understand is I'm now exploring future lives, which is very exciting. So I'm not sure whether that's the direction, but apparently in the next 2 months, and then the 2 months after that, I will get 2 very distinct go this way pointers from Narine and Meister. She thinks they are wickedly funny, those 2, and yes, they are. As they were chatting to her, and during the reading, they would occasionally do a big download into Judy. Her eyes would roll back in her head as she was concentrating on what they were telling her, and then she would go to tell me what they had said, and she goes, they just took it all away again. So apparently they have something very exciting for me. But yeah, the future lives I'm really enjoying. So if it's something you're interested in, let me know, and I might do a few. I'll do a few online for you. What they are is they're not the future of this life. It's like when you do a past life reading, and I had Danny Shea do a couple of those with me the other day. So I'm getting a very crowded past life itinerary, and because I did a future life for Danny, and I've done a few for myself as well. And it's basically looking at a future life for you. I've managed to pick up one. I'll do some more for myself, but I'm just wondering whether you'd be interested in them being online, me going through one or more with you here and now. I've had one that was about 200 years in the future, and I had another one that was 900 years in the future, and Danny's was about 300 years. The dates are different. I've actually managed to nail it down to specific dates. And the journeys that we had gone on, now they're not easy to read on because what is happening in the future, a lot of it has not even been thought of yet. Rest assured, it is not a Star Wars situation, but neither is it Star Trek. There is a future that is coming. It is different. It is probably more Star Trek than Star Wars, but it's not press the button, I'll have a double Chardonnay, please. My reading that was 900 years in the future was about agriculture off Earth, so on different planets, as part of my career. And it's not agriculture as we know it. I was trying to work out using cards and pendulum what it was. It's not agriculture as we know it. It's not agriculture as we perceive it's going to be. So it's not an algae-based agriculture or a fake, you know what I mean, the making food out of non-food molecules. It was something completely different that has not even been thought of, and considering it's 900 years in the future, I'm not surprised. But it was very fascinating. So if it's something you would be interested in me in doing a couple of live ones on the video, or doing some on the video, recording them and downloading them for you, let me know. Or if you'd be interested in me doing some past lives live for you, just to give you an idea of how we go about them, I can do that as well. So let me know. So just to finish up today, I'm just going to draw some cards on the world energies. Heart goes out: Cuba, Florida, Iran, Vietnam, obviously Ukraine, to Russia as well, to Europe, to anybody that is struggling, anybody that's trying to find their place in the world, find their identity. It's okay, thank you. It's about opening yourself up to source energy. So it's not, sometimes we call it light and love, but it is very much about aligning your structures, just visualizing your chakras in alignment, and just allowing the energies of the universe, the source energies, to flow through you. And then you can disperse it out. Once you are full, you can disperse it out to where it needs to go. And whether that's to a family member, or whether it's to a country, whether it's to yourself, to wherever you need to send it. But it is very much about bringing in the energy from source, not trying to take energy from anybody else or anywhere else. Just being very, very aware that you are just getting aligned, visually aligned. So you've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then allow the source energy to flow into you, and then you can send it out. Don't try and take it from someone else. Don't try and take it from your surroundings. Make sure you bring it in from source. Okay, 3 cards. 3 cards, please, Master. And Narine. Narine was very powerful yesterday. apparently he has a lot of lessons to teach me, which is fabulous. 3 cards, please. Make a decision. Love it. Very much what yesterday was about for me. Make a decision. But I was told to the path will be revealed when the time is right, and I will not miss the pointers. I will not miss the guide stones of which path to take, but I need to make a decision to take that path. What a beautiful picture. Absolutely gorgeous. Looking at what we've got here is you've got the lower realm of the fairies and the imps. Then we have nature in all its glory, and then on this side we have source and spirit. Beautiful card. Make a decision about which way. So you get presented with options. Make a decision about which way you want to go. We are surrounded by infinite blessing. It's about tapping in. And it can appear difficult at first. It feels like you have to force it. Feels like you can spend a long time trying to draw it in. But if you can just imagine that source energy coming down, filling you with light, glowing around you, like a bubble around you of glow, and then you have the option to where you direct it. Infinite blessings. So it's about making the decision to allow this into your life, and then on a spiritual plane the world is your oyster, for a human way to put it. Okay, one more card please, Master. One more card. He's giving me actually a few cards here, so I'll go through with these with you. Fresh approach. If it's not working for you, try something different. There's no point in repeating what is not working in the hope of a different outcome. So it is about taking a fresh approach, making the decision to take a fresh approach in how you view the world and in how you engage with the spirituality. Be gentle with yourself. It's not always easy. Once you tap in and you are aware and it's there, it becomes easier and easier each time to tap in. But just while you're starting, just be aware, be gentle with yourself, give yourself patience, give yourself calm, don't get frustrated. And you might just the first time, or maybe even the third time, feel just a little glimmer. So picture your chakras all lined up. The way I used to do it originally was I would make sure I was lying flat and face up, and I would picture them like traffic lights. So around traffic light, and the light would shine up, and they would all the colours to a point in the distance were intersecting, and where that intersection happened, so you've got the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, where they were intersecting, they became white. And what was happening, the source energy that was then flowing down through that white light, back down through the chakras to fill me and surround my body. Now I just think of them as a glow in each point, a colour, a bright, almost like an orb, almost like that not the magician card, the Ten of Wands, where he had the orbs in the ground. But actually that's a lovely way to picture that, is that they are the chakras being planted in the earth. But just the orb of light and just the source energy coming down. It may take a while before you feel the first trickle, the first inkling, but each time you attempt it and open yourself to it, open your heart to it, it will become stronger until such a time as you can summons it with just a thought, with just a will, and often it is just always there, like you find your guides will always be there as well. Your guides are never not there, it's just when you're starting and you're not used to them being around you all the time, you do need to, on occasion, invoke them so that you know that they are there with their love. But after a while, you just feel them. They are always there. And trust your own understanding. Trust your own understanding. You will have a way of connecting. It's not necessarily my way, so if my way is not working for you, try something else, and you will find yourself surrounded through practice with this infinite blessing. So thank you for joining me today. Oh, that was a bit of a spiritual ending. I really enjoyed that. It was a lovely way to finish, and it was very much feeling about the message that I had to share with you today about grounding yourself, but also sharing in what is happening, the energies of the world at the moment, because we are in a time of flux and change at the moment. There are some that are fighting it because they fear what they don't know, and there are others like you and I who are accepting and going with the flow, and we are moving forward both physically and progressively, but also vibrationally and spiritually, so very quickly. And it is disheartening to see others be left behind, but if we lead by example, if we become mentors and share, and we can be seen to be leading and moving in this direction that is so positive, hopefully others will follow on behind. Okay, thank you for joining me today. As I said, any questions we covered? Boy, we covered from here to there and back again today. So thank you for joining me. Any questions, any comments, pop them in below or email me. Love to hear from you. Take care. Bye-bye.